Hello and welcome to Get to Know Your County Commissioner, the program that speaks with our elected officials about issues of importance in our community. I'm Erica Benitez-Gill. Today I'm pleased to welcome District 1 Commissioner Barbara Jordan. Prior to representing District 1, Commissioner Jordan worked in the county administration as a department director and assistant county manager for 34 years. Welcome, Commissioner.
Thank you.
It's always a pleasure to have you here.
Good to be here, Erica.
Commissioner, how has your past experience in county government helped you champion legislation for our residents?
You know, it's amazing because when I was an assistant county manager, I had the chance to explore different types of housing throughout the country. So one of the first pieces of legislation that I sponsored was the workforce housing, which meant that any development that came into Miami, we wanted to make sure that affordable housing was included. I've also been lucky because when I think about the situation that happened with the dogs, the guard dogs in the community, I was able to sponsor legislation in order to protect the guard dogs. So I'm very, very proud of that.
Excellent. Commissioner, based on the legislation that you've put forth, I can see that you're very passionate about small businesses, and you're also very serious about removing any barriers that can preclude small businesses from operating effectively and efficiently. Tell me about those initiatives.
You know, small business struggle from year to year to survive. So we need to make sure that they have every opportunity in county government through the contracting process. So what we have done, we have made sure that small businesses are able to gain an upper hand by having local preference. Businesses who come in here need to make sure that they're partnering with some of our small businesses in order to survive. One of the things that we've done was to sponsor a mini workshop for the commission, as well as a mini conference, so that small businesses can learn how to access county contracts. Several years ago, we created what is called the Mom and Pop program. That program really takes grassroots organizations or businesses that's trying to get started and want to build their business. For instance, if you have a lawnmower service, you may need to get a couple of lawnmowers, or you may need to get a trailer in order to expand your business. Well, that's what the Mom and Pop program is all about. And when you think about the number of employees that these businesses have been able to bring on board, it really helps our economy to grow, and it cuts down on the unemployment rate. There are a number of things that we have done in order to strengthen our ability to serve small businesses and to help them gain access to county contracts, and we want to continue to do that.
How important are small businesses in your district?
Very important. They're very important to the entire Miami-Dade County. But in my district, it's made up pretty much of small businesses. You have little small restaurants that are located in communities that serve the neighborhoods. So when you're able to help those businesses to grow, to help them get a computer in their business so that they'll be able to track their orders, they'll be able to track their sales, they'll be able to do things that they weren't able to do before. It makes a big difference. I've had several people to come up to me to say, Commissioner, the $5,000 that I received, I was able to expand my business. Now I have an office that I'm working out of instead of working out of my home, and it makes a difference in how I'm able to survive. And it also helps me to earn more money.
So you're saying when they receive grants from like the Mom and Pop small business grants or small business grants, these grants go towards actually helping the business obtain equipment or facilitate with their operations? Is that what the money is for?
Yes, absolutely. It's in order for them to grow their business, make sure they can solidify their business. There was one guy who had one of these tractor trailer trucks, but he was not able to really track the jobs that he needed to do and make sure that he was keeping on task. Well, he was able to get a system so that he was able to then do that. And it caused him to grow his business, so then he was able to hire someone else to drive with him, as well as someone else to drive for him. You know, and that way it increases his opportunity in order to increase his income. So it makes a big difference. I have seen businesses that, daycare centers, for instance, able to buy child care equipment that they didn't have before because they couldn't afford it. Now they're able to buy that playground equipment or additional desks and tables and chairs that they may need in the classroom. So it helps them to grow their business.
Now, I also understand that you have pushed for small business low-interest loans to help these businesses also expand and continue with their operations. How have you tried to bring that upon, for your district, for the businesses?
Well, we're creating opportunities by trying to expand so that they can have the low-interest loans. And that way, if they want to bid on other contracts, if they want to make sure that they're sustaining their business, they're able to take whatever loan that they have or contract. As a matter of fact, if they get awarded a county contract, they can then take that letter to a bank and say to the bank, look, I have this contract coming from Miami-Dade County. I would like to expand my line of credit.
I see.
It makes a big difference if they're able to expand the line of credit, because the upfront costs is something that they need to try and make sure that they have when you're starting up, or if you have a contract and you need to get equipment and supplies. So that's how we're able to help the businesses to grow. And we want to try and work even harder, because what we'd like to try and create for them and help them along with the banking system is to create a bond program so that they'll be able to bid on larger contracts in the future.
I see. Also, with the small business workshops, how have those workshops helped business owners in your district advance in their business?
The way that it helped the businesses to network, first of all, because they find out what else is out there that other people would be doing. But the workshops also teach them about how to sustain their business, the reporting process. How do you get business ready? How do you access not just county contracts, but have a linkage so that you can access contracts through the school board and through the school system?
I see. Commissioner, you're very visible in your community. I know that you have several standing activities that you support year to year. Tell me about those efforts, please.
I think that's probably the most fun part of what I do, because I get a chance to interact with the residents that I serve. And from the very first year that I was elected, we started off calling it the Senior Hop, Valentine's Hop. Mm-hmm. Now it's called our Senior Valentine's Ball. And we have been doing it for 8 years. And every year leading up to that ball, I get stopped in the grocery store, I get stopped in the street. Are you having a ball this year? Are you having a ball this year, Commissioner? And we have now every year more than 450 people who attend our Valentine's Ball, our seniors. They're in wheelchairs, they're with walkers, they're coming, they have canes, they're coming, they're all beautiful and they're red and white, and they are out there dancing, and I think I dance more than they do. So we really enjoyed that event. I also started something. I made a commitment when I ran for office that I was going to have the businesses to give back to the community. And the way that I did that was to create what is called our Summer Internship Initiative. Mm-hmm. It's for our young adults ages 16 to 23. And we have solicited business partners who pay for young people to come and work with them through the summer for 10 weeks. So for the high school kids, many of them make the request, we want high school, but the majority want college students. But the objective is to give them private sector experience, and so that they can put that on their resume. We don't hire them in our office. They get interviewed and hired by our business partner and get paid by our business partner. And we keep tabs on what's going on, how they're doing. We provide them with training before they go there, their interview skills, how to dress for success. Mm-hmm. And it's been quite successful. In addition, we also have our farmers market that we do, and it's really a lot of fun too, because residents are able to come and get fresh produce. And we've done that a number of times for a couple of years. And of course, the community wants to know, well, when is it coming back? Well, we can't afford to do it every month, so we do it a couple of times a year. We've also started from the very beginning of having our movie night movie night as well as our music series in the park. These are the fun things that I enjoy so much, and enjoy having the residents come out and enjoy them as well.
Sounds like you have a lot of fun in your district.
I do.
I also know that you have the Hispanic Heritage Festival.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Absolutely. We started that about 5 years ago, and I have, at that time, about 15% of my population were Hispanic. And I said, well, you know, we need to make sure that we're touching all aspects of our community. So we started at Arcola Lakes Park, and actually the first year, it took some time for it to catch on, because we had it right in the heart of the Hispanic community. But I think the residents didn't realize that it was free and that they could come over. But when they found that out, they really started coming. And it's grown each year. Now we're doing it over at our Country Village Park. And we have a lot of different events. We have a lot of entertainment, the dancers, the singers, as well as I'm also learning how to do the salsa.
Yes, I've seen you dancing salsa, and you do a very good job, actually.
So it's a lot of fun. We have exhibits and everything, bounce houses, the rock climbing. It's a lot of fun for the children.
I see that you have activities for you know, our youth, for seniors, for the Hispanic community. What about children? I know that summer is a time where kids love to get in the water. What are you doing to make sure our kids are safe?
You know, I was invited to an event, and it was Swim for Jenny. And I wanted to make sure that our children get an opportunity to have lessons. So I provided the city of Opelika with a $5,000 check so that they can provide free swim lessons. The city of Miami Gardens with a check as well. So the city of Miami Gardens, the city of Opelika, and the Y in my district were all provided with checks so that children can learn to swim and become much safer during the summer in the water. So as much as children, I think you can tell, it's my heart. It's what I love. I love working with children and doing whatever I can do in order to help them to grow and develop. So that's the objective I've had from the beginning, and that's what I've been able to do.
I know that in South Florida, drowning is the #1 cause of death for children, and this is so important for children to learn to swim and fend for themselves in the water, especially here in South Florida.
And I want to commend the Parks Department and the Parks Foundation for sponsoring the Swim for Jenny events that they have, because they partner with those organizations and with the City of Miami Gardens, the City of Opelika, as well as the Y, in order to bring events there to enhance the safety of our children.
Commissioner, if residents want to get a hold of you and want to ask any questions regarding your programs, which is the best way to reach your office?
By calling my office, my district office phone number is 305-474-3011, or they can call the downtown office at 305-375-5694.
Excellent. That was great information. Thank you again for being here.
Thank you, Erica, for having me.
And that's all the time we have for today. I'd like to thank Commissioner Barbara Jordan for bringing us up to date with what's happening in her district. You can get information about county services and programs anytime at the county's web portal, www.miamidade.gov, or by calling 311. I'm Erica Benitez-Gil. Thanks for watching.